Guys, welcome to HR with Sanchita. Today the topic that I'm starting with is motivation and its theories. Okay, so a lot of students from management requested me that, ma'am, organizational behavior is common among labor welfare as well as management, and even commerce students can benefit from it. So that is why I'm starting this motivation. And for Code 55 OB, obviously all these topics would be there. And yes, for the laws, a lot of people are asking me that when I would be starting topics related to law. Let the syllabus come for June, because there are a lot of laws and legislations that have been updated. Okay, so then I would be starting them, because otherwise it would not be useful for you to study the old laws in case the new laws are coming. So let's see how the syllabus goes and how the things turn on, right? So for today, let's study motivation and its theories. First of all, we should know the meaning of motivation. So first of all, motivation comes from the word motive, and it means the needs and desires of a person. So motivation is the reason for acting or behaving in a particular way. So how we behave or how we act depends on the motivation that we have to perform or behave in that manner, right? For example, you people often ask me, ma'am, we are not motivated to study, or we are not getting motivated to do this thing. Ma'am, please motivate us to give that exam. Okay, ma'am, please motivate us so that we should study and score good in our exams. So motivation is the reason. If I'm motivating you, I'm giving the reason to you so that you prepare well for your exams, so that you study hard, you score well in your exams, right? So I'm giving you the reason. So motivation is the reason for acting or behaving in a particular way. It is a process to stimulate individuals to accomplish goals. So stimulating individuals. So I'm stimulating you to accomplish your goals. I'm stimulating you to study hard. I'm stimulating you to perform well in your tasks, right? It helps in increasing productivity, efficiency, and satisfaction. Generally, a leader performs the function of motivating. So here we are talking in context of the organizations. So who is performing the function of motivating? The leader are performing the function of motivating, generally in the organizations. And some of the stimulating factors include money, recognition, jobs. So see, in an organization when you're working, so what can be the motivators for you? It can be money, okay? You can get some bonus, and obviously you can get some recognition and job satisfaction. So these are all the things that can motivate you when you're working in the organization. And if you're a student and I'm trying to motivate you, then I would give you the picture of the future, that yes, if you grab this job, or if you score this much, you'll get this job, you'll achieve this thing, you'll get admission into this course. So what I'm giving you a picture of the future. So in return, what would be the result? That you would be performing well. Okay, so this is motivation. Now let's start the theories of motivation. Okay, there are two types of theories, that is content theories and the process theories. So see, content theories are that what motivates an individual, so it has the what factor, and process theories are how an individual can be motivated. That means the process that can motivate an individual. So here's what means what things can motivate. So that is content theories, and how the process that is there to motivate individuals. So these are covered by the process theories. So here I've listed some content theories and have listed some process theories as well. So these all theories we would be covering. Okay, so Maslow's, Alderfer's, Herzberg's motivation hygiene theory, McClelland's, and here process theories, all these ones. So we would be doing them one by one. Okay. So here comes the most common theory, need hierarchy theory of motivation. Okay, so you must have all studied it in your BBA, MBA, and you must be remembering it, right? And so here, first of all, it has been given by Abraham Maslow. Okay, and here what you need to understand is that there are 5 basic needs. Okay, according to this theory: physiological, safety, social needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization needs. So when one need is met, then we go to the second stage. For example, when physiological needs, okay, are met, then we go to safety. When safety are met, then we go to social. When social are met, then we go to esteem. And then when esteem are met, then we go to self-actualization. So first of all, the basic, we start with the physiological needs, which include the food, clothes, shelter, okay, drinking water, sex. So all these things are included in the physiological needs, okay. And then after meeting the basic needs which are necessary for the living of an individual, then we go to the safety needs. Then safety needs include safety from illness, accidents, okay, personal and financial security, okay. So all these needs are included in the safety needs. So I would be giving you the PDFs of these all things also in my Telegram group, okay. So you all can follow my Telegram group. I would be updating all my details related to the classes as well as the content on the Telegram group, okay, once I'm done with a lot of portions, okay. So the link to my Telegram group I have pinned in the comments. So then we come to the social needs. So we have met our safety needs. Now we come to social needs, which include friendship, family, love and affection, okay. And then we come to esteem needs. So esteem needs, as the name suggests, it includes status, recognition, achievement, respect, confidence, power and control, okay. So these all are included in the esteem needs. And then comes the last stage, that is self-actualization. That means the potential that we have or we want to achieve in life, we achieve that thing, okay. So it is included, it includes self-fulfillment. Whatever we want to achieve in our life, we are achieving it. We are self-actualizing ourselves, okay. So it is maximizing potential, self-fulfillment. So this is our need hierarchy theory of motivation. Then comes the theory X and theory Y, okay. So Douglas McGregor has propounded, so the earlier theory that we have studied, okay, Maslow's need hierarchy, so that has been given by Abraham Maslow, and here Douglas McGregor has given theory X and theory Y. So he has said that the management views human behavior based on certain assumptions, okay. So here see, positive and negative assumptions related to the behavior of the individuals are there, okay. So there are two assumptions that are there, theory X and theory Y. So see, theory X views individuals as negative, okay, that they dislike work and they should be punished in case we want to extract a production from them or extract efforts from them, okay. So we need to give them we need to be behind them, okay. We need to be behind them with a stick, and then only, means dande se kaam hoga. Theory X mein this is assumed, and in theory Y it is assumed that individuals like work. So that means theory Y, the assumptions are positive, that they like work, okay. So here let's compare theory X and theory Y. So theory X means employees generally dislike work and make excuses to avoid it, okay. So I told you यहाँ पे negative assumptions है, so that is why we are seeing that they dislike work, they dislike responsibility. Negative assumptions, they are resistant to change, that means they do not accept change easily, okay. And they must be punished, controlled and directed to fulfill the needs of the organization. तो अगर उनसे काम कराना है, we need to punish them, control them, direct them, okay, so that they do their work. So here theory X, negative assumptions about the individuals is there, and in theory Y there are positive assumptions, that is employees like work, okay, they accept and seek responsibility, they are innovative and creative, and they exercise self direction and control, that is they have self direction, मतलब इनको किसी को कंट्रोल करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती, ये खुद ही अपने आप को कंट्रोल कर लेते हैं, अपने एक्शंस को, अपने इमोशंस को, तो इनको डंडे की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती, punishment and all is not needed for them. So this is theory X and theory Y. Now comes the Hesberg's motivation hygiene theory, okay, and it is also called the two-factor theory of motivation and has been given by Frederick Hesberg. So when I say propounder, it means that who has given this theory, okay, who has propounded this theory. So here Frederick Hesberg has given the two-factor theory, which is also called the motivation hygiene theory, Okay, so I would give you a little background that what happened when this theory was evolved. So Frederick Hesburgh interviewed and conducted analysis on 200 engineers and accountants in 9 different companies in Pittsburgh, USA. Okay, so he conducted an analysis and interviewed 200 engineers and accountants in different companies so that he can get a broad outlook. What I can say is, okay. So his finding states that there are two factors that affect human behavior. So that is why it's called the two-factor theory. So one of the factor is motivation factors, and the second factor is hygiene factors. Okay. So these are motivational and hygiene factors. So some factors generate satisfaction in employees while some factors prevent dissatisfaction. So देखिए, the factors that would generate satisfaction, they would be the motivational factors, and the factors which prevent dissatisfaction, they are the hygiene factors. मतलब they should be present. Hygiene factors should be present while working in the organizations. So if they are not present, then what would happen is there would be dissatisfaction among the employees. But उनका जो presence है वो मतलब satisfaction को increase नहीं करेगा. But अगर वो factors नहीं present होंगे, if they would not be present, okay, then it would generate dissatisfaction. Okay, I would explain you with an example. See, hygiene factors are the factors जिनका एब्सेंस, जो अगर नहीं होंगे, अगर हाइजीन फैक्टर्स नहीं होंगे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, तो वो डिससेटिस्फैक्शन कर सकते हैं. बट अगर उनको इंक्रीज किया जाएगा या अगर वो हो तो ज़रूरी नहीं है सेटिस्फैक्शन इंक्रीज हो. ओके, तो वो होते हैं हाइजीन फैक्टर्स जिनका प्रेजेंस मस्ट होता है. बट हाँ, इनको अगर बार बार इंक्रीज करते जाएंगे तो ज़रूरी नहीं है कि हमारा जो मोटिवेशन है वो बढ़ेगा. ठीक है, या सेटिस्फैक्शन है वो बढ़ेगा. ठीक है, और मोटिवेशनल फैक्टर्स वो होते हैं जिनको अगर हम बढ़ाएंगे तो हमारे एम्प्लॉयज का सेटिस्फैक्शन भी इंक्रीज होगा. ठीक है, सो दैट आर मोटिवेशनल फैक्टर्स. और हाइजीन फैक्टर्स है जिनका रहना, जिनका प्रेजेंस होना जरूरी है, बट इनका होना, इनको मेंटेन, ये सिर्फ मेंटेनेंस फैक्टर्स कहलाते हैं कि एक जॉब को जो मेंटेन करते हैं, एक इन्वायरमेंट, वर्क इन्वायरमेंट को मेंटेन करने के लिए. ठीक है, बट इनको इंक्रीज करना ज़रूरी नहीं है कि सेटिस्फैक्शन भी इंक्रीज करेगा, क्योंकि ये तो एम्प्लॉयज एक्सपेक्ट करते ही हैं कि इफ़ दे आर डूइंग द जॉब तो ये वाले फैक्टर्स होने चाहिए, हाइजीन फैक्टर्स, जैसे कि सैलरी, वर्किंग कंडीशंस, पॉलिसीज. ठीक है, और जॉब सिक्योरिटी. सो दीज ऑल शुड बी देयर. अब सोचो कि कोई काम करेगा, अगर सैलरी नहीं होगी तो विल एनीवन वर्क? तो एक व्हेन वी आर वर्किंग और जब भी वी ज्वाइन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन तो ये तो हम एक्सपेक्ट करते ही हैं. सो दैट्स व्हाई दीज आर हाइजीन फैक्टर्स कि हमें सैलरी मिलेगी, हमें वर्किंग कंडीशंस अच्छी मिलेंगी, मतलब हमें बैठने के लिए अच्छी चेयर मिलेगी, टेबल मिलेगा, अच्छी कंडीशन का लैपटॉप मिलेगा. सो दीज ऑल थिंग्स वी एक्सपेक्ट इन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. सो दैट इज व्हाई दे आर हाइजीन फैक्टर्स. ओके, सो अगर ये नहीं होंगे तो क्या होगा? डिससैटिस्फैक्शन हो जाएगा. ठीक है, so now अब motivational factors. So these are motivational factors and they have positive effect on satisfaction of employees. So इनका positive effect होता है. So these factors are achievement, recognition, advancement, work, growth prospects and responsibility. So अगर हम इनको increase करेंगे so obviously satisfaction जो है employees का that would increase. Okay, so that is why recognition, if we recognize the employees then obviously they get satisfied. Then increase in these factors will increase the satisfaction. So which factors? Motivational factors. While now we'll read of the hygiene factors, which are also called the maintenance factors. So they are necessary for a reasonable amount of satisfaction. मतलब हाँ, एक reasonable amount of satisfaction होता है, but increasing them does not increase satisfaction. Why? Because these are the things that we expect while working in the organization. So absence of them will lead to dissatisfaction. Salary, working conditions, policy, security. अगर ये नहीं होंगे तो dissatisfaction होएगा. They prevent losses in workers' performance and dissatisfaction. So these hygiene factors prevent dissatisfaction. Okay, so I hope it is clear. So just read it once again, okay, and then you will get it. Now comes the McClelland's need theory. So David C. McClelland has given this theory. He has identified 3 types of needs which motivate an individual. So 3 needs theory also this is said. So okay, so you need to remember this. So McClelland's 3 need theory. Okay, so it is need for power, need for affiliation, and need for achievement. So you need to remember need for power, need for affiliation, need for achievement. Okay, so who has given this theory? David McClelland. Now, so first of all, need for affiliations. From the word only you can understand. So it is concerned with friendly relations, social relationships. Okay, so it is the need to interact, have friendly relations with others. Okay, so kaiyon mein need for affiliation is really high. Those who are social people, extroverts. Okay, so they need that they should have friendly relations with people. They should have more social relationships. They should have a lot of friends. So they enjoy helping others and friendships. Okay, so, people who have high affiliation need and derive satisfaction from being loved and do not like to be rejected. So, see, the people who have high need for affiliation, they like to be friendly with people, they like being loved, and they hate rejections. Okay, so this is need for affiliation. And now let's come to the need for power. So this need is related to the need to govern and influence, manipulate. So the keywords here are governing others, the people who like governing others, influencing others, manipulating others, controlling others. Okay, so their need for power is really high. Okay, then is the need for achievement. Okay, so this is a distinct need as compared to the other needs of a person. Need for achievement. Okay, so जिनमें need for achievement high होता है, so what they want to do is they want to achieve a lot and they want to excel in their life. Whatever standards they have set in their life, they want to achieve them and achieve more and more. They want to excel against their standards set. Okay, so see, first of all, these people are very highly achieving. They set standards, okay, and then they try to achieve them at any cost. Okay, and according to McClelland, there are four basic characteristics of high achievers, which are moderate risks, immediate feedback, accomplishment, and preoccupation with tasks. So see, moderate risk here means that neither they take high risks, neither they take low risks. So that moderate risk means high risk. सबसे पहले low risk क्यों नहीं लेते? Why they do not take low risky situations? That is why, क्योंकि they feel that can be low risky situations can be easily achieved, or low risky goals can be easily achieved. So that is why they do not take low risks, and they do not take high risks. Just listen to this point, high risks. Why these people do not take high risks? They do not take high risks because they think that high risk जो होता है, अगर हम कोई highly risky चीज achieve करते हैं, so that is just a matter of luck. Okay, so highly risky situations or highly risky goals can be achieved just by a matter of luck. So ये luck पे believe नहीं करते हैं, ये output पे and मेहनत पे believe करते हैं. So that is why low risky और high risk, ना ये low risk लेते हैं क्योंकि वो बहुत easily achieve हो जाते हैं, और high risk अगर achieve हो भी जाते हैं, so that is just a matter of luck. So that is why ये moderate risks लेते हैं. ठीक है. Now, then immediate feedback. Whatever they do, they want immediate feedback about their tasks and achievements, whatever they have. Accomplishment. They like to accomplish everything. Okay, whatever they set. Then preoccupation with tasks. So here preoccupation with tasks means that they are always occupied in some or the other tasks they are doing. Okay, so that means preoccupation with tasks. So I hope it is clear. Now let's come to the ERG theory, that is the existence, relatedness and growth theory. Okay, so you need to know the full form of ERG. It's often asked in the exam, and it is also called the Alderfer's ERG theory because it has been propounded or given by Clayton Alderfer. Just remember this. And yes, it is also called the extension of Maslow's need hierarchy theory and Hesberg's two-factor theory. And there are three types of needs under this theory. So existence needs, relatedness needs and growth needs. So ERG, existence E, relatedness R and G, growth needs. Okay, so now let's see. So see here existence needs. So these include physiological needs and safety needs. So you remember the need hierarchy theory. So here I'm comparing the ERG theory and need hierarchy theory. So why ERG theory is said as the extension of need hierarchy theory? So just relate. See existence need in ERG theory. So they are the physiological needs in need hierarchy theory, which include food, clothing, shelter, water, everything, and safety needs, safety from diseases. Okay. occupational safety, health safety, so everything related to the safety needs, safety from accident. So these are clubbed under the existence needs. Then come the relatedness needs, so which include the social needs, right? Need for friendship, need for a social circle. So these all are relatedness needs, right? So now here comes the growth needs of ERG theory. So what would be the growth needs of ERG theory? So esteem needs of the need hierarchy theory, self-actualization needs. So we need to recognize our potential to the fullest in this growth needs. Esteem needs, okay, need to have a status, need to have recognition. So this is all included in the ERG theory. So I hope you're able to relate them. So this is it for today. Okay, so do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and then tomorrow I'm coming up with the part 2 of the videos related to motivation. Okay, so motivation part 2, I would be completing the motivation topic tomorrow. Okay, and yes, you can subscribe to my channel. Okay, my Telegram channel, where I update everything related to my content, whatever I publish, and the link to which I've pinned in the comments. Okay, bye.